What's happening, Patriots? I usually don't do 2 videos in one day, but I have to do a follow-up video for my why social media isn't the problem. It's lying news media that's a problem. Okay, so I got to teach you guys the importance of Gresham's law. Now, Gresham's law came about, it's an economics term. So Gresham's law is really about bad driving out good. Let me explain. I think this was either in England or Germany, where I'm pretty sure it was in England back in the day, where they would create multiple currencies. This is way back in the day. I can't give you the year. It's been too many years since I've been out of college when I read this. But the idea still stays the same. The historical origin I don't have precisely down, but basically, when you have 2 competing ideas and people can't tell the difference, the cheaper or worse version is going to drive out the good version. Again, when people cannot identify quality, the cheap will drive out the good. And when I say cheap, I mean in terms of quality. I don't mean price. Price, if the quality's the same, of course price is going to win out. But even if the price is the same, or just somewhat lower, and I hate to use the word price, I'm just saying quality in general. It could be groceries, it could be gasoline, it could be whatever. Bad is going to drive out good. Let me explain why this is the case. So, if you have a news agency, we'll call them, I gotta come up with a good fictitious name for this, but we'll call them ABC News Organization. Let's say they are 100% dedicated to the truth at all costs. At all costs, they are dedicated to the truth. Okay? I'm explaining to you why on equal footing they can't compete with these slanted news organizations. Okay, if you have a news organization that just tells people the truth, they're going to offend people. They're going to offend people, and they're going to challenge their beliefs. They're going to challenge their objections. They're close. I don't know. You could say what people hold dear. That's what I'm lacking for words. What people hold dear. This news organization is going to challenge people's beliefs. People are going to say, why is the deficit so high? The news agency is going to say, well, we have too many people dependent on the system, not enough productive people, we're spending too much money on foreign wars, etc., 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 etc. It's going to challenge a lot of people's beliefs, and a lot of people who profit off the current system, and there's a lot of them, trust me. Welfare's one of them, but there's a lot of people that profit off our current system. They will slander and lie and do everything they can to destroy that honest or ABC News organization. They will absolutely destroy that company. There will be lobby groups in favor of destroying that company. And so the viewer problem is going to be a problem because it's going to offend too many people. It's not going to reinforce their own bullshit. And then you have the competition side of it, where other competitors, they're all just going to join up and say, hey, look, this guy's hurting our money. We need to take care of ABC News Company. And they'll hire lobbyists because they're making tons of money. They'll hire lobbyists, they'll create laws, or they will have some puppet organizations come through, like, for instance, Media Matters or something, will come through. Oh, ABC News Company, they're bigots. They're full of hatred. And the viewers, because they don't already agree with everything ABC News Company says, they're going to start slowly buying into it. They're going to slowly start believing it. And then over a period of time, people stop watching the honest and fair and 100% fact-based news coverage because it offends too many people and it threatens those in power. So again, when people can't identify good from bad, bad will push out good every single time. Why? There's a secret of the universe, okay? I wouldn't say universe, but mankind. It's called the 25 cognitive biases. I did not know this until I started researching about this, okay? This was a game changer for me. I'm giving you guys a game changer right here. What people value, what they want to get out of their life, what they want, to what God they pray to, it literally affects the way you look at everything. Like, you have a certain way you look at the world with your God, with your what you want to get out of life, what your values are. Those 3 things will literally determine everything and how you interpret events in the world. And these news agencies are brilliant. they've adopted this model. And how they got this was, by the way, from advertisers, because advertisers maximize this too. They manipulate people's minds, and they're read the 25 cognitive biases. You'll find out for yourself. This is, by the way, this is scientific research. The 25 cognitive biases. They've done psychological, and this is real research. This isn't no fake pseudoscience research. This is real peer-reviewed research. Anywho, you have a situation now where you have people, they don't feel comfortable being told the truth. They want to be told lies because lies are very comforting. It confirms what you already believe. Okay, so let's say I don't know. Let's say, this is hard to do on Facebook because I know I'm going to get deplatformed. One I like to use is gender, okay? Let's say I believe, for whatever reason, that gender is a 100% social construct. I came out of the womb a boy, but I can choose to be a woman if I want. I just have to just grow my hair, wear a dress, put on some makeup. Okay, I'm a woman, and I have to change my name to Janet rather than Jake, or Jackie. I'd change my name to Jackie rather than Jake. There's a lot of people that believe this. We all know, the biologists know, the scientists know this is 100% false. The ones that are honest, okay, and they're not trying to maximize profits. They know this is 100% false, but because they know it's a sensitive issue, they don't push the issue. They don't push the issue because they have other fires to put out, and they have other things to concern themselves with. Now, these bad ideas gain footing because a lot of people are cowards. They won't call out the problem. Others don't benefit from it, like scientists and biologists. They don't benefit from calling it out. And then you have a big pool of sympathizers that are more about, oh, let me tell you, everything's good in your life. You're good, and there's nothing you could be wrong about. And then you have the grifters reinforcing this too. The grifters, because they want to make money. They're like, yeah, I have this report I created in my uncle's basement that, it's all proven. It's all come out. It's all here. It's all real stuff. And now you have a legitimate industry now. The trans industry. You have a legitimate industry now. And again, this is how all these fake industries get invented. Feminism and all these pseudo disciplines. They're not disciplines. They're more narratives. They're not disciplines. That's how these pseudo disciplines get invented, is because you have a lot of people who benefit, and the ones who could actually do something to make change, it only hurts them. It only hurts them. It doesn't benefit them in any way. So again, that's how these lies, they all go out. Again, it's Gresham's law. Bad currencies or bad anything will drive out good. The bad drives out the good. And again, why does this happen? I'll repeat it. I'll say it in a different way. The reason this happens is the people, the consumers, they cannot identify the difference in quality. When the consumer cannot identify the difference in quality, that's why the bad will drive out the good. Look at trade with China. Now, China's good at copying a lot of countries and a lot of companies, manufacturing and such. They can produce at a much cheaper price for a myriad of reasons. Supply and demand with people. They don't have human rights over there, labor laws. Anyway, there's a lot of reasons why. They can send us their shit product to the United States, and it will upend a lot of pretty decent companies because people can't identify the difference in quality from, say, like a Chinese couch and an American couch. They can't justify the extra expenditure. That's why the bad drives out the good. Now, there are some Chinese companies that they've made the quality pretty comparable. That's why in this case it doesn't really work. But I'm talking about when the consumer has zero ability to identify quality. Like, let's say you're going into a new market and you're going to buy, say, a truck or something, and you don't know anything about trucks. You don't know any features and benefits that benefit you. You're just clueless. I guarantee you, if you have a whole industry of consumers, the shitty trucks will win out every time. Every time. Unless, like, the quality truck is, like, the same price, same everything, but it's pretty obvious. It becomes the obvious choice. That's not going to happen. That's usually because we all know quality requires higher inputs. This is basic physics, okay? It requires higher quality inputs, higher quality labor, higher quality everything. Anyway, what I'm getting at with this Gresham's law is this is why bad news media coverage beats out good. It's because the consumer, the viewer, they have a responsibility to suss out these different sources, okay? They don't do that. They want to be lazy. They want to go to the same, whoever makes them feel most comfortable, call it CNN. They want to go to CNN and say, CNN, tell me what I want to hear. And this is why people keep saying, oh, with Trump gone, legacy media is going to die. No, it's not. No, it's not. As long as the boomers are around, it won't. Because why? The boomers are comfortable with what CBS, ABC, NBC tells them, CNN. The boomers want to be ideologically reinforced. They don't want to know the truth. So they're going to continue to be mindless consumers. And that's how you have a good, let's say you bring ABC News Company, they're not going to hold a prayer because, yeah, they might tell you the truth, but they're going to offend too many people and they're going to threaten too many people that are already there. So, the bad is going to drive out the good. Look it up, research it. It's called Gresham's Law. It doesn't just apply to currencies. It applies to damn near everything. If you have, let's say you have a workplace full of different people. This is where you could prove it too. You have a workplace with different workers. You have the high quality worker, the middle one, and the bad one. Let's say the bad one creates a lot of drama. They do just good enough job to get their job done, but they'll cry about racism, sexism, whatever. And because they gain enough sympathy from the management, and the management's a little fearful to do anything, the good employees either going to leave or get fired, and they're going to keep the bad employees. And then the company takes a shit, and they go, "Oh, what happened to the company? What happened? What happened? What happened?" And these companies are too chicken shit to tell the truth. That, look, we had some problem employees. We wanted to get rid of them. But because our culture values certain ideas, like intersectionalism, we couldn't speak the truth. We had to cover it up. And then we had to sacrifice the truth. We had to sacrifice our bottom line for the truth. And the end result is we went bankrupt. Okay, that's an extreme example. That doesn't happen often, but I'm saying that's an extreme example. But what I'm saying, guys, is Gresham's Law is a real thing. It is a real thing. And that's the heart piece, the focal point, the elixir of why everything's so screwed up. I'm giving you guys the answer for free. That's the reason why. You don't like it? That's up to you. But anyway, it's on you. This was Gresham's Law.